The gym community is ruining your life and you probably don't even know it. Yes, I am talking about you. The gym at first was the wow factor of self-improvement, but with the rise of social media and egotistical maniac teenagers, it has turned into one of the most toxic industries to get into, so get your popcorn and stick till the end of the video. We've all seen the video someone just hits their first bench PR, and instead of people celebrating, the comments are full of people flexing that they bench more or mocking the form. Someone tries a new exercise variation and suddenly they are a meme. People act like this is just gym culture, but in reality it's discouraging beginners and even, intimidating lifters from enjoying training overall. The joke is always the same. Bro thinks he's him, bro only bench a plate, imagine feeling 225 in public. It literally becomes so normal that people forget that's a real person on the other side of the screen. The result, people lift heavier than they should just to keep up in appearances. They push past their limits trying to impress strangers online, and some end up injured for life, all because they were afraid of looking weak in public or in camera.
Hey B, what's happening, pal? Good seeing you.
It's a good day.
What makes this worse is how deeply it affects our mindset when we walk into the gym and feel like everyone is watching you. You start training or, for the approval instead for yourself. This is what we call, from psychological standpoints, the spotlight effect. The belief that everyone is noticing every mistake you make. The truth is, most people don't even care nearly as much as you think they do. But when gym comedian broadcast every fail and every PR attempt to the internet, they give people something to point at. Suddenly, that small mistake you made has the potential to follow you for millions of views, which is an example of Jack's fitness.
50 kg to match my current PR.
Fuck!
You got it?
No.
That was bad. Oh.
At the same time, you're not gonna see some wealth guru publish a picture of anything that isn't high class, like smuggling testosterone across the border. Take a look at David Lade with a pump and good lighting versus him in a natural setting. It's very apparent that what is shown through social media is usually never close to realistic, at least physique-wise. But for strength, if you actually go to a regular commercial gym, you're probably not gonna see a single person in there benching 3 plates or deadlifting 5 plates for reps with ease. You're not gonna see anyone remotely close to these influencers or teens on social media. The moral of the story always comes down to this: social media is unrealistic and hyperinflated. Don't compare yourself to what you see on the screen, but rather what you were like last week, or last year, or even yesterday. I can say with confidence that if you can't learn to see your own progress as something positive because it's not as good as somebody else's, then you will never enjoy the lifting journey at all.
Me personally, when I first started training, I was terrified of looking stupid, and I know we've all been there. I'd avoid certain exercises because I thought they looked weird or was not too sure about how to perform them. I'd load the bar heavier than I should have because I didn't want anyone to think I was weak, and yes, I got hurt because of it. But looking back now, I realize that squatting with control at 60 kilos is way more, receptive than half repping 100 reps just to look strong. But when all you see online are videos of people being mocked for lifting lightweight, it's no surprise that beginners feel pressured to skip the basics and go straight for ego lifting.
wailing on the lift. You know you can't get it, and so you just get the heck out of there. Sometimes it slams on your head, throws you to the ground, falls back, pulls and wraps into your hair. I see these videos on Instagram all the time, but I've never in my life seen anything like this. Now, had they been spotting properly with 3 spotters, 1 on each side, they would have grabbed the weight as soon as they saw that it couldn't go up. And so my opinion, you can't blame the spotter. There was only 1 of them. How do you know what he was told to do? He might not have had experience. Justin Vicky likely told the spotter, hey, just grab it a little bit if I can't get it. Probably didn't say to have his hands around his chest. And so I don't want to see anyone blaming the spotter. I've read a lot of comments, people blaming the spotter. And so I can only imagine what it was like to be there when this accident happened. And so I don't want the spotter to think that this was his fault. Ultimately, I don't like to have to say this, but I do believe that this is ego lifting gone wrong. I preach over and over in videos and on my Instagram to avoid ego lifting in the gym. And because of ego lifting, this is the tragic accident that occurred. Had he tried 185 kilograms or about 400 pounds, I'm extremely confident he could have got it easily for 1 rep and probably a couple reps more. But with around 205 kilograms, 450 pounds, it was simply too much for him on this day. And so unless you're training for powerlifting, I see absolutely no reason to go for a 1 rep max. It is far more likely to lead to injury. And Justin Vicky recognized just how dangerous the squat really was. And I'm quoting from gym.legends where I'm getting this information.
So overall, here's the overall truth. I know I keep saying overall all the time, but comparison is killing the joy of training for a lot of people. You don't need to be the strongest person in the gym to deserve to be there. You don't need to bench as much as the influencers on your feed to feel like you're making progress. Fitness is about competing with yourself, not the stranger who benches 3 plates. But if we keep turning gyms into performance stages where everyone's worth is measured by their PRs, we're going to lose what made training special in the first place. So the next time you see someone post a video mocking a beginner or bragging about how much more they can bench than the next guy, remember this: nobody's going to care in 10 hours, in 10 weeks, or 10 years, or 10,000 years if you're alive. What will matter is whether you stayed consistent, whether you trained smart, which is slow controlled reps, and whether you avoided injuries that could have set you back for life. So celebrate your own progress, respect others' journeys, and if you really want to compare yourself to someone, compare yourself to who you were last month, not the guy with the tripod filming across the room. So overall, if you're struggling with gym anxiety or feeling like you don't belong there, I put together a free guide in the description that walks you through building confidence and staying consistent with the gym. So overall, check in the link in the description. Enough yapping. Peace.
Bye. Have a great time.